Hey everyone, welcome back. I am Ari. As I was scrolling TikTok, I saw more videos about girls' trips gone wrong. These seem like girls' trips from hell. I'm telling you. Like, I would rather take a solo trip than experience some of these things that they are experiencing in these videos. So, I hope you guys enjoy the videos. If you would, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And if you have, thank you for your loyalty and support. It's always appreciated. Let's get started.
So I'm supposed to be going on a trip next month for spring break. At the end of this month, actually, because it's March now for spring break. So I sent my money, my portion of the Airbnb, like last week, okay? And the girl, this is like a friend of my friend. So this is not directly my friend. The girl who put the deposit down for the Airbnb and who put the deposit down for the Airbnb on her Airbnb account, she's a friend of my friend. So this is like my mutual. This is not directly my friend. This is very important, okay? She sends me this message this morning. Hey girl, to be honest, I'm not proud to admit this, but I had an emergency come up. So I had to use the $400 you sent me for the Airbnb to help cover my rent money for this month. Do you think you could send another payment of $400? Because if not, we'll most likely lose the Airbnb. And I don't know if we'll be able to find another one. I promise I'll pay you back the full $800, most likely later after the trip. So as soon as I read this message, I call her. Am I the only one who thinks that it's genuinely disrespectful for me to send you money for one thing, and you make an executive decision by yourself to spend my money for your rent money without asking me, without letting me know, and now you're coming to me after the fact and asking me to send you another $400, right? Coming out of my pocket, $800, so we can still go on the trip. I don't want to go anymore. I told her on the phone, I don't want to go anymore. And I need my $400 back because I won't be going anymore. Am I tripping? And we're on the phone and she tells me that she's asked around and she's asked the other girls if they could come out and send another payment of $400 too, if they could cover the $400 that's missing that she used for the rent money and nobody else was able to help out and cover the $400, so we're going to lose the Airbnb. We sent you money to pay for the Airbnb, and you used our money to pay for something else. And now we don't have an Airbnb for the spring break trip. I don't want to go on the spring break trip no more. Am I the only one who feels like this is just highly disrespectful? And am I the only one who feels like I'm not entitled, or like I don't have to pay for it. I don't have to spend the $400 again. And I don't know. Am I tripping? Please comment down below.
Story time on how my friend left me in Vegas for a pimp. So let's just start with here. First of all, I have to use my eyelash filter because my lashes look a mess. But mind your business. I'm about to put y'all in my business for about 9 minutes. All right, so it was Super Bowl weekend, and my friend hit me like, hey, let's go to Vegas. We both didn't have no plans. So I was like, okay, I'm down to go to Vegas. Mind you, I was just had a fresh breakup at the time, and I wanted to go outside. So I was like, okay, I'm down. Where we staying, what we got to put together, blah, blah, blah. So my friend was like, oh, well, I got this dude out here that I've been talking to for a minute, and he do Airbnbs, and he got hella Airbnbs, and we can stay in his Airbnb, whatever. And I'm like, oh, he don't want no money for it, but then because it's Super Bowl weekend, people were charging like a lot of money to be in Vegas during Super Bowl weekend last year. So we went, my bad. So, so I was like, well, how we getting there? You want to fly? You want to drive? Because it's only like an 8-hour drive, and that's usually what I'm used to when I go like with my family to Vegas. We'll just drive, get a road trip, whatever. It don't really matter. She like, let's drive, whatever. But then I'm like, I ain't taking my car. I ain't about to put no miles on my car just to go to Vegas. No. So I'm like, we could take a rental. So the rentals was hella high around that time. Like, they were hella expensive. So she like, let's just take my car. Mind you, she has a Tesla. So I was just like, a Tesla? That's going to be forever because we got to stop and charge. But then at the same time, I'm like, shit, I ain't trying to take my car. That's the only option. Then we got the Airbnb for free. Mind you, charging a Tesla is only like $14. It's not even that. So I'm like, okay, yeah, that's fine. Let's just do it. So, boom. Now it's the night before we about to leave. So we trying to figure out what time we about to leave. I'm like, we might as well leave like at 9 o'clock at night because we got to stop and charge, and that's going to be way longer than 8 hours because it's not like getting gas. She like, okay, that's cool. That's fine. So we like 3 hours in on the road, whatever. Yeah. And I'm asking her like questions about the dude, like where you meet this dude at, because we about to be staying at his Airbnb. And my first thing was, he not about to be there, right? Like we going to be able to do our thing and, you know, like what's tea? She like, oh girl, he's not like that at all. He has businesses and he has this and has that, like making it sound like he's a very successful man. So I'm like, period, bitch. You got you one. And that was that. So pretty much that all was cleared up, and we was just talking, gossiping. We about three hours in, like I said, on the road. Next thing the dude called her. So he called her. He like, oh, can you pick up my friend? She like, oh, who's your friend and where is your friend at? Mind you, we're 3 hours like past the bay, whatever. So he like, yeah, he and I think he was in like Manteca or Modesto. It was one of those M areas. So I'm like, we're going to have to go. We got to drive backwards. Like, we're literally going to drive backwards to go get his friend. So I'm like, do you even know the friend? My friend didn't even know the friend. So at this point, I'm like, so we're about to drive the rest of these hours in the car with a stranger. And a man at that, and we're 2 females. I just wasn't feeling it. So I was like, tell him no. Tell him he has businesses and all this stuff. Why can't he buy his friend a flight? Yet alone, why can't he buy us a flight? But whatever. I was just like, okay, no, we're not getting him. So she's looking at me all crazy, like, and being all like, you know how girls be on the phone like, yeah. But then like, you know, they really don't talk like that. So it's like listening to your friend try to switch it all up for this dude. And it's like, so, yeah. So she's like, hold on, I'm going to call you back to him. And then she says to me, like, you know, I really want to get him because he's already letting us stay at his Airbnb for free and he's not charging us. But me, I'm like, that's your man. If that's your man, why is it a problem? Why are you trying to do some, you scratch my back, I scratch your back type shit? Like, so that threw me off. So, and that's what I was like, I don't get that. If it was my man wouldn't be like that. Like, it would just be like, it's all good. Yet alone, my man wouldn't even have one of his partners in the car with us, especially a partner I don't even know. Like, that's weird. So she was just like, yeah, well, it's my car. She started trying to pull that it's my car shit. So I'm like, all right, okay. So she ended up going back to go get the friend. Mind you, I'm pissed off. I just go to sleep because I'm like, whatever. So when I wake up, I think I was asleep for probably about like 2 hours. So when I wake up, the car is parked. So I'm looking around. Mind you, it's dark outside. It had to be like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, something like that. So I'm looking around. I don't know where we at. And her car is off. So I go on my maps and I see I think Manteca or Modesto, but we like parked in some apartments. So I'm looking, and from the rearview mirror, the driver rearview mirror, I see her like upstairs in the apartments, and she's carrying all this man's stuff. And I'm like, but I'm in the car, she's up there with him. So they coming back to the car. Well, she's coming back to the car by herself. Mind you, she got so much stuff stacked up on like in her arms as she's trying to walk downstairs. Mind you, my friend was only like 4'11". Everything she was carrying had to be bigger than her. So I'm in the car looking like bonnet and all. Like, she like, oh my God, he has so much stuff. And I'm like, and you're carrying all his stuff? Like, that's not even your man. You helping this dude and you doing him a favor. Like, that's not even your man. She like, oh my God, you're being so mean. Irritating. So I'm just like, whatever. So he comes to the car right after her, and he's like, oh, somebody's stuff got to get moved. Mind you, I have a big suitcase because I pack heavy. I need at least like 5 outfits for a 2-day trip, and I got to have all my hair supplies, the time I had to weave. So I need all my stuff. And I had a suitcase. My suitcase basically took up the whole back of the trunk of the Tesla, because y'all know Tesla trunks is hella small. And then her frunk, whatever it's called, the front of the truck, whatever, her stuff was in there. So his stuff, this man had a suitcase too, so he was moving on some female shit already. Like, he had a suitcase, he had like 5 pair of shoes, all that. So I'm like, damn. But I'm also like, my stuff better not get touched before I start tripping up in here, like, period, point blank. So then when he was just like, oh, whose suitcases? I said, it's mine and it better not get touched. He's like, oh, okay. And he's like, oh, she feisty. So now it's like he started trying to like talk to me maybe in a way. So my friend texts me and she like, be nice. So I'm like, no, not being nice. No. Okay, so now a dude in the car, whatever. He in the back seat. I'm in the passenger. She in the driver. So she's driving. She's like, oh my God, I'm so tired. Da, da, da. But mind you, me and her already had everything established. Like, you know, you drive a couple hours and I'm gonna drive a couple hours. But now I feel like everything has changed because he has to drive. He's the man in the car. He needs to drive, period, point blank. So I go to sleep. So when I woke back up, it was morning. I remember it was daylight around that time. So the dude was driving now. So I look and I'm like, oh shit, okay, he driving. But he like driving her car, like dogging her car out, like speeding hella fast, slamming on the brakes. So come to find out, he was doing all that just to try to get my attention, to wake me up, because he was like, I need to drive and stuff like that. And he didn't have nothing to do with our plan. So I'm assuming she must have told him about our plan when I was asleep. I don't know. I was knocked out and I had my AirPods on, full blast, noise cancellation. So then I'm looking at him because he's slamming on the brakes hella hard to where we're like that. So I'm like, can you drive? Like, are you okay? Mind you, attitude on stank. He like, well, you need to drive. You need to drive. So I'm just like, no, you're fine. You're the man. You can drive. You're perfectly fine. So he's just like, I'm so tired. Da, 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 all these excuses. And she in the backseat just looking like, not saying nothing. So it got to the point where me and him like kind of start going back and forth because he keeps slamming on the brakes. And he's just like, well, you can drive then. But I'm like, no, I'm not driving. Like, I'm not doing that. So he pulled over. He just like, I'm not driving this car. I'm not driving. And it's just like, it's giving very bitchy, if you ask me, because you just whole got picked up. Mind you, my friend was just like, oh, my man is paying for my charging, so we don't even gotta go have him charging or nothing like that. So I'm just like, oh, okay. So I'm just like, I'm sitting in this passenger seat and nobody better not say shit to me, period. So we end up getting to the charging station and we're charging and we all fall asleep. So we fell asleep for hella long. I think we was asleep for like 2 hours at the charging station, which was crazy. So then my friend like, she gonna drive her car. And I'm just like, shit, about time, because you about to let this man fuck your car up. So she driving hella dumb, driving hella slow. Speed limit was like, I think 75 on the highway we was on, and she going like 55. Like, they both hella irritated. So mind you, I brought my Benadryl, so I took me a Benadryl, went right back to sleep. But it got to the point to where I couldn't go to sleep anymore after a certain amount of time. So now I just kind of got my eyes closed, but I'm listening to what they're saying, and he just like, why your friend act like that? Like, why is she so mean? And my friend just like, I don't know. She really didn't want to pick you up. So now she's saying all that, but my eyes is closed because I'm also like, I want to see what else is she going to tell him, because she was just talking off the side of her neck to him. All right, y'all. So part 2, I had to redo. They took it down. So basically, yeah, like I said, I had my eyes closed. I really wasn't asleep. My eyes was just closed, and I was like listening. So he like, yeah, why your friend act like that? And she was like, oh, she really didn't want to come get you, yada, yada, yada. So I'm just like, oh, this bitch spilling the beans. So I'm trying to see what else she gonna tell him. And she's just like, yeah, she really didn't want to come get you, yada, yada, yada. He's like, oh, well, that's her fault. Like, you know, they talking hella shit, but they not really like, they're talking shit, but they're not talking shit. But my eyes is closed, but I'm wide awake. Yeah, so that was pretty much that. So it just ended up getting quiet. He's still doing that bullshit, like slamming on the brakes and doing all that weird shit. So let me skip a little bit. Okay, so hours go by. So him and her is like switching off. And then I think now it's like an hour away from Vegas. And that's when we have to charge again. So we charge in like right where the little ice cream thing is. If you ever took a road trip to Vegas, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But we charge right there. So with me being funny and me being the person that I am, I'm like, oh, I could drive, because now it's an hour. So I get in the driver's seat. I ask my friend to send me the location of where we're going. My friend's like, oh, well, I need to ask my man for the location where we're going. So I'm like, what do you mean you got to ask him for the location of where we're going? We just been in the car for 12 hours. Fuck is you talking about? You don't have the location of where we're going. She like, oh my God, I'm about to get it, da da da. But she's making it seem like I'm just like some angry black female, you know, because Sidebar, my friend's not black. Not saying that that means anything or anything like that, but she's not black. So it's like, but the guy is black. So she started trying to call the dude. As she's trying to call the dude, he's not answering the phone. She called at least 3 times. She's not answering the phone. So then that's when I look at him and I'm like, can you call your friend? Because now we've been in the car with each other for 12 hours. So yes, he's a stranger, but we have been in the car with this man for 12 hours. And clear as day, he's a bitch. So can you call your friend? So when he called his friend, the friend answers the phone. The friend like, what's up with my dog? Mind you, my friend literally just called like 0.2 seconds ago. He wasn't answering the phone, but he answered the phone for him. So now I'm giving my friend the death stare in the rearview mirror while she's in the back seat. Cause now the way that the everything is set up, it's me in the driver's seat, he's in the passenger seat, and she's in the back seat. Because he was like, I'm not sitting in the back seat. When I got in the driver's seat, I told her to sit in the front. He like, I'm not getting back there because y'all don't know how to keep y'all seats up. So he on some sassy shit. My friend was like, it's okay, I'm not tripping. Even though I'm like, so yeah, he like, yeah, they basically saying they got an Airbnb. But the way he was saying it was like, yeah, they saying they got an Airbnb. Like, you know, not like, oh, send me your location for me, whatever, just so we could drop this fool off. So that was my main thing, dropping him off and getting to our destination. But the way he was talking was like, yeah, they said they got an Airbnb. So I'm just kind of like peeping the scenery, like trying to figure out what's going on. So my friend like in the back seat, and he's on FaceTime with the dude. So my friend like get in the back and was like, you're not answering my call. Why you not answering my call? And he was just like, oh, I didn't see it. But you see your partner call. So it was just kind of weird. So I'm just like, man, where's the location? So she like just put in Vegas. So once we get in Vegas, passing up like all like the hotels and stuff like that, my friend sent me a location where to drive to. So I put in the location. We get to the location. It's like some ghetto ass apartments, like some Section A low income apartments. Like nothing against Section A or low income apartments, but those apartments was like ghetto ass apartments, like ghetto. Mind you, it was like those things like sitting in front of like the air. It was crazy. So we get there. I'm like, I hope we're not staying here because this is not it at all. She's like, no, we're just meeting him over here. But I'm like, why we don't meet him at the Airbnb? So so the friend is looking now like Airbnb. So, but I could see it in his face that he's confused, but he's trying to figure out what's going on, but he's not asking no questions. He's just kind of like looking. And then my friend like kind of like trying to sell me a dream low key. Like, oh no, it's not this one. He's just going to meet us here. Then he's going to we're going to follow behind him. We're going to blah, blah, whatever. Sorry, y'all, I can't talk. I'm trying to. So, boom, the dude pull up. The dude that my friend is talking to, he pulls up. My friend in the back seat. The dude is in the passenger seat. So, dude get out the car, go over to the friend, his friend, whatever, which is the dude that has the Airbnb, the successful man. So, they're talking and whatever. So, I'm looking at my friend like, why aren't you about to go up to your dude and be like, hey, babe, like, you know, go up to him, give him a kiss, a hug. You know, when you haven't saw your man, you just been on the road for 12 hours to come see this man. I mean, that's what you're supposed to do. Go jump on your man, right? She's like, oh, I don't want to interrupt. But I don't know. I just know I don't give a flying rat's. Whoever's talking to my man. When I see my man, I'm going up to him. Period. And that shouldn't be a problem. So he ended up coming over to the car and he's like, damn, you ain't going to speak to me, to her. So now I'm looking like, and it's supposed to be your man. So once I see the dude's face, I remember she showed me this dude before. Not to mention this friend, like, she travels quite often. So she had just went to Tulum with some of her other friends that I don't know, don't care for. I don't know them. So she just went to Tulum with them and she told me she met a dude in Tulum, whatever. This literally had to be like 3 weeks prior to this trip that we're on now. So I remember his face. So I'm looking, I'm like, so they're talking, and when she come back to the car, it's just me and her inside the car because the two dudes are still talking. So I was like, is this the dude that you met a couple weeks ago in Tulum? And she was just like, huh? Like playing stupid. And I'm like, you literally just met this dude. And she was just like, no, I mean, we be talking every day and stuff like that, but you literally just met him. You just met him when you went to Tulum like 3 weeks ago. she was like, yeah, but she was like, they slept with each other in Tulum. They had a good time in Tulum, and she wanted to link with him again. So I instantly just lose my shit on her, especially because it's me and her in the car. And, you know, I don't want to argue. I'm not about to argue with her when it's two dudes that we clearly don't know these dudes. I'm not about to argue with her like that in front of them where they're going to see. So I'm like, I'm being calm, but I'm also going off on her because I'm just like, why the fuck would you bring me out here on a trip like this? And it's like you playing in my face. Really, you just want to come out here to spend time with the dude. And you could have kept it real and gave me the opportunity to be like, yeah, I'm going to come with you and I'm going to support you during this time or whatever, versus telling me some bullshit. So now I'm asking her, like, is the Airbnb shit really true? Like, what's tea? Like, let me know what's real right now, because now you got me fucked up. So then that's when she told me, like, he really don't got no Airbnb and blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, oh my God. So now that makes me start going on my Instagram. Well, first of all, I went on Priceline, so looking at hotels. Hotels was like at least $900 for 2 nights. I wasn't about to pay no $900 for 2 nights. And that was for like Motel 6, like cheap ass hotels. And I never stayed in a motel ever. But the way the prices was for the hotels, because it was literally Super Bowl weekend, the Super Bowl was in Vegas at this time, it was crazy high. So then I started looking at like some of my friends' story, like my friends that I actually know, that I actually grew up with and stuff like that. I saw they were actually in Vegas. So I'm like hitting them up like, hey, what time y'all gonna be in Vegas? Da-da-da. I'm with my friend, my stupid ass friend. Yeah, like, do y'all got space at y'all Airbnb or in y'all hotel, whatever, we'll drop on it. Putting it like that. And I'm telling her, like, I'm not staying with these niggas. She like, well, I came out here to see him, but, you know, like, we could still do our thing, but that wasn't the whole purpose of our trip. So I'm just kind of, like, thrown off. Not even kind of. I'm hella thrown off, honestly. So that's when dude come back over to the car, and he's like, y'all ready? Like, y'all ready to go to my spot, whatever? And I'm like, I'm sorry. I didn't know we were going to your house. I don't really feel comfortable going to your house. And I just told him straight up, like, I don't know you. We just picked up your friend. I don't know him, and I don't feel comfortable with that. And he was just like, honey, he's trying to like talk all professional to me. You know how like they try to switch it up? He was like, honey, I am a business owner. I got this going on. I have that going on. I have an 8-bedroom house. Like, he started trying to like pop his shit on me. So I'm like, okay, that's cool. But I'm like, you know, I don't feel comfortable. I don't give a fuck if you were a fucking billionaire. I don't feel comfortable. And I just let him know. And he was just like, you don't have nothing to worry about. Like, anybody gonna touch you? Start saying stuff like that. So I'm just like, so it's kind of like me and him kind of like, it's kind of like tension. And then I guess I made him feel some type of way because what I was saying, but that's real shit. I did not feel comfortable, period, point blank. So my friend just like, let me talk to my friend real quick. And she was just like, we can just go over there and then like, we can get ready, whatever, to go about our day when we go to one of my friends' Airbnb or hotels or whatever. So I'm like, I guess that's okay because I haven't changed my clothes since 9 o'clock the night before. So we might as well go over there so I could change my clothes, freshen up, and get ready to go to one of my friends' hotels or Airbnbs. Part 3 coming. So we get to the dude house. The house was a big house. It was like I think it was like a 6-bedroom, 4-bath. It was a pretty big house. And it was like in a gated area. So when we get to the house, he's like, oh, hold on real quick. So we're waiting outside. The friend goes inside. The dude goes inside. And it's just me and my friend waiting in the car. And he's like, hold on real quick. So they go in the house. So I'm like, that's weird. And I'm like, you know what? I honestly could wait. I really could wait. I don't even want to change my clothes. Like, I could wait. My friend's like, no, just come on. Like, we're just going to wait. And da-da-da. And she was like, and I want to take a shower really bad. Like, I don't want to keep the same clothes I had on since last night. So I'm like, all right. Not to mention, I do have my mace. Because I will mace somebody. I have my mace. Just because, like, situations like this, which I never thought I would be in. So, yeah, he come back to the car, and he's like, oh, y'all can come up, whatever. So the friend come, the one who rode with us down there, now he's trying to be all, like, in my good graces, and he's like, oh, I could bring your stuff up. And I'm like, nah, it's okay. I got my own stuff. I can bring it up. So he just like, no, I insist I bring it up. So he grabs my stuff. He brings it up the stairs and blah, blah, blah. So yeah, but I'm still outside. They all go in, but I'm like trying to see where I'm at because man, I'm trying to share my locations with my friends that's coming to Vegas already, so they know, like, you know, and they kind of already got the glimpse of what's going on, because I really didn't go into detail on the phone with them with everything, but I just told them, like, I'm on a wild one right now, and my other friends are not slow, so they know what's up. So boom, I go inside the house. The house was nice. My friend is all up on the dude, like, all in his face, trying to kiss on him and do all that. The other dude is like rolling up, typical NIGGA stuff. Yeah, so I'm like, I have to use the bathroom. So I go upstairs. Upstairs is where the rooms are at. So as I'm going upstairs, I'm like looking and I'm like opening up doors, 'cause I'm trying to figure out where the bathroom is. So I'm looking in each room, and I noticed like one room had like a Chanel bag. It had heels in there, and it just looked like a female's room, an adult female. So I'm like, oh, okay, so somebody's room here, or somebody's in this room. And then I go over to another room, and it's like red bottoms. It was like a Louis bag in there, and it was like more female stuff. So I go over to the next room. The next room had more female stuff in it, and it kind of gave like escort-ish. Like, that's what it gave. So I'm looking, I'm like, as I'm like going through the rooms, like, you can kind of see from downstairs to upstairs, like, what someone's doing upstairs. So he like, what you doing? And I'm like, I'm trying to figure out where the bathroom is, even though I'm really being nosy. I'm trying to figure out where the bathroom is. And he like, the bathroom is the other way. So I'm like, okay. But I noticed I was getting closer to the master bedroom, because that's where the French doors was. And I was like, huh. But I'm assuming that was his room. And that's probably why he was like, what you doing? So yeah. So at that point, I go to the bathroom. But when I come out of the bathroom, I'm trying to call my friend's name from upstairs. I'm telling her to come upstairs so I can show her, like, it's females that probably live here. Like, their stuff is here. It looked like females live here. Not necessarily saying like this is their room, because it doesn't have like pictures and stuff on the wall. It's just, you could see like little like duffel bags and stuff like that with heels, makeup, clothes, purses, all that in each room. And it's like expensive stuff. It's luxury. She's like ignoring me. So I'm calling her name. She's like, hold on. But she's downstairs. But the way she's saying is like, hold on, like as if I'm bothering her. So then that's when I said, bitch, come upstairs. Damn. And then she came upstairs. So when she came upstairs, that's what I'm trying to show her. And she was just like, girl, it's nothing. Like, that's probably his sister's stuff. But I'm like, I thought this was his house. Is it his family house or what? And then she was just like, she said something. I forgot what she said. 'Cause again, this happened a year ago. So y'all kind of late to the party. So yeah, I'm like, yeah, it just didn't make sense. So I'm like, well, I'm about to take my shower, and after that, we're leaving. And then she was just like, oh, well, okay. So I take my shower, and I'm getting ready to leave and stuff. So I'm packing my stuff back up, and I literally shower, put my shit back inside my suitcase, like, do what I have to do. Now it's her turn to do that. So while she's getting dressed, I'm still in the bathroom with her, because I'm doing my hair, and she's in the shower. Tell me why the dude just come bust inside the bathroom. So I instantly was just like, whoa, privacy. Like, no, that's what we're not doing. So I closed the door and locked the door. Well, the door was already locked. So I think he like popped the lock and he just opened the door. So I don't know. Or I don't know. It's his house. I don't fucking know. So that was that. She got out the shower, and I'm like, we need help bringing our stuff down the stairs, whatever. And then the friend was like, okay, I'm gonna help y'all, whatever. So at that point, that's when the friend brings my stuff downstairs, and he like put it in the garage or whatever. And then my friend needed help flat ironing her hair. So I'm like, okay. So I flat ironed the back of her hair or whatever and curled it and stuff. And then yeah, after that, we get inside her car, because now we about to leave. And then the dude come that she's talking to, and he comes and he's like, oh, my friend gonna have to ride with y'all again because I got some business moves to make. And I'm like, that's your friend. Like, no, your friend needs to ride with you to make your business move. Like, we don't even know him. Like, no. And then my friend like, no, it's okay. It's good. It's fine. He can ride with us. So I'm just like, what? So I'm instantly getting hella irritated, because I'm like, the fuck? So I'm like, I'm hungry. I want to get food. Like, I do not want to ride with no dude I don't know. Like, I'm not trying to be on no stranger danger shit. Like, I don't want to deal with that. So my friend was basically like, can I just like chill out and stuff like that? But I'm really just like over it at this point. So fast forward. We get to the restaurant. Went to this little sushi bar in Vegas, because Vegas is supposed to have some good ass sushi. So when we get to the sushi bar, I'm sitting on one side, my friend's sitting on the other side. Why the dude try to come sit by me? Yeah. That's when I get up and I sit on the other side with my friend, because no. So then the dude that she's talking to ended up coming back to that restaurant that we're at. And he comes with like 2 other dudes. So now it's a total of me, her, the weirdo, and the other weirdo, and 2 more weirdos. So now it's a total of what? 3 dudes, and it's me and her. So just getting more irritating. So I'm trying to hit my friends up to see like when they coming out here while we're at the restaurant, because I'm just over it. Like, I didn't even eat my food no more. Like, I was just over it. And then the other dudes that they're with, like, it looked like they're like, what's up? Like, trying to talk. Like, you know, like, girls, if you know what I mean, when you could tell when somebody on some weird shit. Like, what's up? And then me, I'm like, hi. And I'm looking at my phone like, when is my friends coming out here? Like, when's my other friends coming out here? My other friends said they're not getting out to Vegas until 8 o'clock at night. So that means I have to deal with this shit until 8 o'clock. So then I ended up seeing that my cousin was out in Vegas. So when I saw my cousin was in Vegas, I was like, where you at? And I saw he was in Vegas. And he like, oh, I'm on the strip, whatever. I'm like, where you staying at? He said he got 2 rooms. He said he got 1 room for him and his female or whatever. And then the other room he just got because he thought his partners was coming, but they never ended up coming. So I was like, man, I'll pay you for that room right now. Like, and he was just like, nah, it's good. You can stay in that room, whatever. So I'm like, don't gotta tell me twice. So I'm like, yeah, like, when you gonna, like, when can I meet up with you? He like, oh, I gotta bust a move, whatever, because he does illegal activities. Like, I gotta bust a move, whatever. I'm gonna call you when I'm done with it. So I'm like, man, so now I'm really on like standby. So then that's when I start like looking up little boutiques for me to go to and stuff. And I start looking like, where can I go to get the fuck away from them? But at the same time, I didn't want to be a weirdo friend and leave my friend with, 4, 3 niggas. I didn't want to leave her just by herself with all those dudes. So I was just like, man, and I have my mace. She don't have mace. So, and at the same time, like, we are with strangers, but they haven't really did nothing at this point in time to make me feel any kind of way where I have to use my mace, if that makes sense. So I'm just like talking to her like, hey, I want to go to this boutique, whatever. So I end up doing like what I wanted to do with the tag-alongs. So now it's just me, her, and the friend that rode with us out from Modesto or Manteca, one of those areas. Her dude with the other 2 dudes, they end up leaving because they said they had more business moves to make. So as we're doing what I want to do, the friend is like catching the attitude like, why are we doing this? I don't want to do that. No one said they wanted you to come. So you should have went with your friends. I don't even get why you're still with us. Your mans just went with 2 other dudes to go handle business moves. Why are you not going? Why are you still with us? So now I'm kind of just like thrown off because I'm like, what's really going on? But I know my friend isn't going to keep it real with me and tell me nothing. So it's kind of like, I don't know, like, and I'm still trying to be like cool because I don't want to leave my friend. So part 4 now. Hold on, part 4. I got y'all. So at that point, that's when my cousin hit me like, it's good. I can meet you right now. Like, it's been like a couple hours. I think it's like 4 or 5 o'clock now. And I'm like, okay, it's good. So meet up with my cousin. My cousin gives me the room key. So I'm like, yeah, like, I got my room key, and then it's 2 beds. So she can stay there too if she want to. So I told her like, yeah, like, let's bring our stuff up inside the room. Why we check the trunk and why none of our shit is in there? So now I instantly lose my shit because where the fuck is my shit? And I start going off on the friend because the friend said he was putting our stuff inside the trunk and her stuff inside the trunk as well. So I'm like, what the fuck? And he was just like, oh, I forgot to put the stuff in the trunk. But the way he said it was just like, so that's when I'm like, okay, call that dude so we can go get our stuff. Period. Call him. We need to get our shit. Like, I need to get my shit at this point. She's like, well, I don't see why we gotta leave anyway. Like, they're actually really cool and da-da-da-da. You could stay. All that friend shit, I don't give a fuck. You could stay. But I need my shit and I'm going to this hotel. Period, point blank. I'm not about to do this. I'm not doing this with you. I'm not doing this with nobody. Period. Not to mention, I got my Montclair in there. I have my jewelry. Like, I had all my stuff in my bag. So that's what really had me, like, even more tripped out. So they're calling him. Well, she's calling him. He's not answering her call. He been not answering her call. So he called. He was just like, I forgot to put a little of my stuff in the trunk. So, dude, like, oh, she gotta wait for that. What do you mean I have to wait to get my shit? What do you mean I have to wait to get my shit? So now I'm in the car going off, and he like, I hope that's not her talking like that in the background. Oh, baby, it's me talking like that in the background. Give me my stuff. I want my shit. So he's like, I don't know who you think you're talking to, but you won't get shit talking to me like that. So, y'all, I lost my shit, and I'm like, I'm going to this man's house. So I go to the dude's house. No one's there. The friends start trying to be on some, what are you about to do? All that. Then my friend, this whole time, my friend has not said nothing. Nothing. Not to her man, not to this dude. It's just me. So then that's when a friend like, oh, I'm about to have somebody come get me. So he not getting back to the car with us. So now I'm really like, I'm lost. I'm lost because the dude's not answering her call. My shit is in his house. Not to mention, my shit is in his house. And I can't get my shit. So the friend ended up leaving from us after that. He ended up getting a ride with someone. I don't know if he got an Uber. I don't know what the fuck the nigga did. But he did something and he left. And that was just me and her. So now I lit her ass up. I tore that bitch a new asshole. And I just told her, like, bitch, don't ever put me in no shit like this. Bitch, you will never get opportunity to put me in no shit like this. Like, this is not cool. This is not real bitch shit. Like, you could have kept it so real with me and just been like, I want to go fuck with this nigga that I just met in Tulum. And I want to kick it with him on some other ass shit besides in Tulum. And giving me the opportunity to say yes or no. Period, point blank. I just kept going back to that because it's like, now you're putting me in a fucked up ass position. So I called my cousin because I know my cousin is with that and he's not about to play. So I called my cousin like, it's this nigga that got my luggage and he's not trying to gain my luggage and I got hella shit in my luggage and I need my luggage. My cousin with that. My cousin like, what I need to do. So my friend like, no. She's screaming and shit on the phone, like just being hella extra. Like you would have thought somebody just got bowed right in front of her. Like, you know? So I'm like, hold on. And I'm looking at her, and she like, please don't do this. So I'm like, bro, what do you and this nigga got going on for you to be acting so dumb? Like, you acting hella stupid. Like, what's up with you? So then that's when she come out and tell me, like, he's a pimp. I'm like, is he your pimp? Like, what the fuck you got me on? Like, what's going on? Like, cause it seemed like the nigga, like, he got some type of spell on your dumb ass or something. So she like, no, it's not that. It's just I really like him, and he said he's going to change his ways for me. And he gave her that pimp talk. He gave her the pimp talk for her to give in to whatever. So with me being the person that I am, I'm letting her know that man told you a bunch of lies. He sold you a bunch of dreams. None of that stuff he said to you was real. He says that to every bitch that he's dealing with, and that's why he got so many hoes. And now it makes sense with all the heels and all the shit I saw up in there. All that shit makes sense to me now. So she's like, no, he's not. He said he doesn't look at me that way and yada, yada, yada. And I'm just like, girl, I don't give a fuck about none of that. I need my bag. I don't give a fuck what this nigga done told you. I don't give a fuck what dream that he sold you and you bought for 20 cents. I don't give a fuck. I just need my shit. So then it got to the point where I started saying, like, I'm about to bust his windows out. If I don't get my shit, I'm going to bust the windows. So then she called the friend. And the friend was like, the garage is locked, so if I bust the window, I'm not even going to be able to get my stuff because the garage is locked. And where the door is locked from the inside. So I'm just like, hey, I guess I'll bust the window to see if that's true. So at that point, that's when I'm just like, I'm in Vegas. I really don't want to go to jail for nothing like that. But at the same time, I'm like, I can't go to jail for nothing like that because it's my stuff. I can't. So after she called dude go off on her on the phone when he finally answers the phone after she called. Probably, I think she called like 15 times, but he didn't answer. So he answered the phone and he's like, what the fuck you want, bitch? Da-da-da. But he just go off on her and he was just like, your friend ain't getting shit. Da-da-da. And that's what he said, like, I'm not getting my bags back or nothing. And he was just like, do what I gotta do. So, baby, you thought I wasn't? I got me a rock, bow, bust the window. Didn't give a fuck. Got my luggage out that fucking garage. The garage wasn't locked. I went and got my shit out of the garage. Period, point blank. So then after that, my friend's crying and stuff. And she's like, oh my God, you're so extra. Like, you just did so much. And da-da-da-da. Girl, shut the fuck up and drop me off. So now I got my shit. her shit's still up in there because she said that she was staying and she was like she didn't want to deal with that, what I had going on. That's cool. I got my stuff. Drop me off at the hotel. Period. So when she dropped me off at the hotel, with me being the person that I am, still being caring, I'm like, you know, you're more than welcome to come here. I have a whole extra room here. I mean, extra bed here. You're more than welcome to come here. You don't have to stay with him. And she was just like, no, I'm going to stay. But she's not even looking at me. She's driving her car and she's like, no, I'm going to stay where I said I was going to stay. Like that, like on some, I don't know what that was. I was just like, okay. So then at that point, I get to my hotel. I'm in the hotel, comfortable. I call her, check on her, and she's like, he won't talk to me because you bust the window. And I'm just like, girl, come to this room. And she like, no, I'm not coming there. I'm gonna figure out where he's at. So, okay, that's on you. So I go by my night and I go do my own thing. So I end up linking with my other friends out there. First of all, I went to go to Javier's. Javier's is A1 good. I went to Javier's and I ate there. Then I ended up linking with my other friends in the Bay. I'm going to just say some fake names. My friend Sam, and Sam had another friend with her named Jade. These are fake names. I'm not going to say anyone's name. And mind you, these are my friends. I've been knowing them. So I hit them up like, hey, what y'all about to do tonight? They said they about to go to Dre's. I'm like, okay, it's good. I'm like, I probably can come too, just depending on how I'm feeling, because I just went through hella shit this morning. So they like, oh no, we're gonna come meet you. Where you at? I'm like, I'm at Javier's, but don't come here yet because right now I'm on my me time. Like I just went through so much shit. I don't want to be around nobody for real. Like I really want to just have some time to myself and regroup back with myself right now because I didn't have to bust a nigga window to get my luggage, all type of shit. So they still meet me anyway. So when they come to Javier's, mind you, I'm drinking, I'm eating my food. I didn't really eat my food, actually. I think I only had one bite of my food, but they're waiting for me at the bar. But Javier's is so packed in Vegas. If y'all been, you know. So I'm like, don't come here. I'll just meet y'all at the bar because I'm not trying to stop what I got going on to go over there. Like, I'll meet y'all when I'm done. So Sam is hella blowing my phone up, texting me like, when are you going to be done? Da-da-da. But mind you, I already told her from the jump, you don't have to meet me right now. Like, I'll meet you later. And she still was on that, no, I want to go to Dre's right now. And she was saying she got family members at Dre's that got sections and all the shit. So I'm just like, okay, but I'm not ready to go. I still got to go home and change. I mean, go to my room and change and all type of shit. So I'm not even ready to go. Sam was so adamant about getting to Dre's. So then I'm just like, you know what? I ended my meal, ended my self-care time, my me time to go tend to Sam and Jade. I don't even know Jade. That's Sam's friend. So just FYI. So then I ended up paying for us to get a lift to go to my hotel, for all three of us to go to my hotel so I could change my clothes real quick. And I also let them know like this everything I just been through. And they're like, damn, bitch, like you just went through hella shit. And I'm like, girl, that's what I'm saying. That's why I needed that time to myself. Part 5 coming. I get to my hotel. I'm changing my clothes, and Sam is so adamant about going to Drake because I guess her family has a section there or whatever. So I'm like, okay, but I'm really kind of like hesitant about going out, and that's what I was also telling her. Like, I really don't know if I want to go out because everything I just been through today. Like, I literally just broke into a nigga house today. Like, but they're like, girl, you in Vegas? Like, turn up. So I'm like, you right. So what happened after that? I think it's happened a year ago, y'all. Bear with me. So, oh, so no. So Dre's was like about a 15-minute walk from my hotel to there. So then that's when Sam was like, I'm just buy us an Uber to go to Dre's, whatever. And I'm like, okay, should I just bought class Uber? So okay. So we get to Dre's. The line was crazy, like crazy, because I think the baddies was there, David Haney was there. It was cracking. And then after that, it was just cracking there. Like the line was crazy. Like they wasn't letting nobody else in. That's what they were saying, like they're over capacity. So Sam was like basically blaming me because I had to go back to the room and change my clothes and stuff. But mind you, I had already told Sam from the beginning, like, you don't even have to come meet me for real. Like I can meet you when I'm ready. So that was kind of irritating, but I was just like, whatever. In the midst of that, yeah, that's when I call old girl who I came out there with because we're supposed to be leaving the next day. So I call her and I'm like, what time we leaving tomorrow so I could be ready, whatever. And she's like, honestly, I just think that you did too much and I don't really want to be around you. And I'm like, what? So I'm thrown off. So then she's like, yeah, I just feel like you made this whole trip about yourself and you just talked about how you feel and your uncomfortability and so on and so forth. And I just think that you made everything about yourself. So I'm like, baby, you whole played me to come out here on this trip with you to go see a man that's not even your man. Then you lied and said that he had an Airbnb. Then you lied, like you, everything was a lie. Like you told me a fucking lie. So what? And this whole time I've been out here, I have not kicked it with you not one time. I called her and asked her to come out. She said, "Oh, I'm about to be with my man." So it's good. Like, like you was on some weirdo shit. So then she was just like, and I'm not leaving tomorrow because I want to spend more time with my man. So at that point, that's when I said, oh, he must be about to pimp your ass out. That's what he's about to do. So at that point, that's when she was like, oh, you can figure out how you're going to get back home. So I'm like, no, we came here together and we're leaving together. Period, point blank. So, bitch, you need to come get me in the morning and we're going to be on our way. She was like, no, I'm not going to do that. So I'm like, so you want me to buy a flight to go back home? Because if I got to buy a flight to go back home, I'm beating your ass. And then she was like, you won't even see me. Let's be real. Mind you, I would see her. I know where she working on. I will. But I got too much shit to lose to be doing that type of shit. So at that point, mind you, I'm still in Dre's. Sam is still complaining about not getting in Dre's, and I'm having to deal with the friend that I came out here with on some bullshit. So I'm looking at the flights. The flights were like $1,200, and that was a one way from Vegas to the Bay, Oakland, Sacramento, San Francisco, 1,200 minimum. In the midst of that, my cousin calls me and he calls me. He's like, I just got shot. I just got shot. So I guess he got into a shootout on the strip. So I'm like, bro, if it ain't one thing, it's another. And then he's like, you gotta hurry up and get out that hotel. Make sure you don't got nothing inside the hotel because my thing got caught. They got my thing and my ID and everything. So and I'm basically on the run. So I'm like, and he's like, and the hotel was in my name. So now I'm telling Sam, like, oh, I gotta go back to that room and get all my stuff out of there. And Sam's like, now everything's about you. We can't go to Dre's. We can't even go to Inferno. And da, 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 da. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, she's so pressed about trying to go out. So at that point, that's when I'm like, girl, bye. I can't. I got too much going on. Then I'm having to deal with the Central Ho bitch now not trying to go back home and not have to get my flight, like too much going on. Then my cousin just got shot, and I'm trying to see if he's okay to make sure he's okay. Like, and then he just got out of prison. So I end up going back to the room. When I go back to the room, I take everything, I take all my stuff out of there, and I'm just like, oh my God, I don't never want to come to Vegas again, ever. So then I end up having to buy me a flight, $1,200 exactly. Got my flight, and then I went to the airport to see if I could check in. They said I couldn't check in because it was too early. So now I'm like, oh my God, not to mention I have to buy me an Uber from my hotel to take me to the airport. And they said it was too early for me to check in. So I'm like, oh my God. So my flight was like, I think it was like a 24-hour thing. So I really had to like be in my it was like a 12-hour, it was something crazy. So I was like, you know what? Let me just wait in this hotel. I mean, not hotel, let me wait in the airport. So I'm waiting in the airport. Mind you, I got on my heels and all my go out clothes with my luggage looking crazy. And I waited in the airport until it's time for me to check in. And that's when I went back home. And yeah, spent $1,200 on a flight, one-way flight from Vegas to San Francisco. Then I have to spend 170, I think it was like 170 or $180 for an Uber to get me home. So, more of the story is get more information from your friends when you're going on a girls trip with them. Um, like you need 100% detail on what you're doing. And oh, let me go back. Me and Sam, we no longer talk anymore because Sam feels like I left her in Vegas. Um, Mind you, I didn't even come out there to Vegas with her, but she feels like I left her in Vegas and that she couldn't enjoy her night because I made the night about me. So we're no longer friends no more. I'm also no longer friends with the girl that brought me out to Vegas. Actually, when I see her, I really want to just slap the shit out of her, but so much to lose. I got too much to lose to be doing all that. And then thank God I had the money to get me out of that situation that I was in, and my cousin is okay. Um, he's okay. He's back in prison, but he's okay. But as for that, moral of the story is with girls trips, do your homework before you go out of town with these bitches. And I think that's it.
One of the people. One is my homegirl, and I knew her since I was 16, and I don't even remember what year it was. And I can say that in 2024 we just started hanging around each other more, and I was actually kind of getting closer to her, but I didn't consider her as my friend. I just looked at her as a homegirl. Okay, so just stuff like that. Then the other people that's on the trip is her cousin and her sister, and then one of the girls we work with at our first job. Well, at my first job, because my first job was McDonald's. Okay, cool. So it was 5 of us all together on the trip going to Miami. So this is where it started. This is August 4th. Hey boo, so I decided what I want to do for my 22nd birthday. Since it's in October, I want to do Miami. Not trying to do too much down there. Just good vibes, eat and go out, and we will be flying, so we can definitely look into some prices soon, but it is cheaper to fly from Atlanta than there. I would like to start buying tickets in the Airbnb at the end of September, beginning of October. Let me know if you're able to make it by the end of September, so I know how to plan everything else. If you decide to come and want to bring a plus, that's fine with me. Love y'all. Dates October 27th through the 31st. So August is literally around the time where I plan my own birthday. My birthday is October 8th, and I'm a Libra, October Libra, okay? So I was already planning my birthday, my outfits and stuff, and what I was going to do for it. So mind you, I was already thinking about, oh, I should go to Miami. And I'm on the phone with my sister. I'm like, I want to go to Miami for my birthday. But who I'm going to go with, because I'm always solo, okay? Right. So when I seen that, I was like, I don't even know if I really, really want to go. And this is literally my exact thoughts. Then I talked to my mom on the phone the next day because I didn't respond that first day. I responded to her and I texted her. I'm going to let y'all know. I responded, hey love, you know our birthday month is the same, and I literally told myself I want to go to Miami for my birthday. Oh my god. When I seen you text that group chat the other day, I looked at my work schedule mad as fuck, but I'm putting in my vacation time for sure because I need to go somewhere. So yes ma'am, I'm going. She said, yay, this our month, you hear me, we finna have a ball. I said I was stressing, but I need a trip for, especially for my birthday month, and then I'm already indecisive about what I want to look like for my birthday. And yes ma'am, so excited. We just think alike, because when I thought about this shit, I'm like, who the fuck I'm going with? She said, girl, same. I said I gotta do something this year, nothing too expensive, because girl, but I'm so happy. Oh my god, I'm crying. I was scared because I was like, damn, everybody might not be able to take off, and I know your birthday at the beginning of the month, so I was like, shit, Sana probably got a trip planned. I said I love that for us. It's so needed, and I've been getting on myself about saving lately, so that's good. I'm on it now. Yes, I was thinking about what I want to do this month too. Start planning for my birthday. Who all going? So yeah, she told me who was all gonna be there. Okay, cool. She said, but she giving everyone a deadline of October 3rd to the 10th to let them know, to let her know so they can start getting the Airbnb. I said, it sounds good. Bet. Damn, gotta plan a damn hairstyle now. This shit hard. Now, mind y'all, she did say in the text that her cousin was coming, okay? Her cousin that do here. Okay, cool. Let me get y'all to run down about the cousin, okay? I don't know her personally. She doesn't know me personally. At the time, around the time I got back on Facebook, and it was around like the beginning of the summer, okay? And I've been on Facebook all the way up until May. I let Facebook go, okay? Deactivated it. And around the time that I was making junk cases, y'all, she had texted me about junk cases, okay? And I never seen her on my social media. I never seen her follow my pages. I never seen her anywhere. But back in like when I was 16 years old and I was in 9th grade, I remember her I remember seeing her in the hair store, okay? And around that time I was doing hair, I kind of noticed that a lot of people in this area of South Carolina, they do not support each other. They do not like when everybody does the same thing as them. A lot of bitches be intimidated by each other. And I noticed a lot of people are intimidated by me in this state of South Carolina in general. So yeah, I peep vibes, I peep all that shit. So when she seen me in the hair store, she was looking at me really ugly and really stinking. I even told my mom because I was in the hair store with her. And this was a hair store that I was going to all the time to get stuff to do hair and stuff, because around that time I was kind of doing my hair, my clients' hair, and a whole bunch of other shit. So yeah. So yes, to say the cousin didn't like me and she doesn't know me. Yes. And as my homegirl invited me on a trip and her cousin there, and her cousin and her are close, I guess. I don't know for sure, but I'm pretty sure they are because they do hang out and stuff. But hey, you invited her on a trip. Y'all close enough, okay? So, my whole thing is, she doesn't like me. Can't nobody ever convince me that they know they family members don't like certain people. She knows that for a fact, okay? But me going on a trip, I was already pointing out the red flags, and even my mom was pointing out the red flags, but I was ignoring the red flags. And then I was like, let me just go on this trip, because she always invite me places and nobody else really invite me places, and sometimes I couldn't make it, like to her birthday trips, and not trips, well, her birthday invitations and all that stuff. Okay, cool. About that same message about August 5th of me responding the day after, I was telling her who was driving and all this and stuff. And I had sent her some flights that my mom actually sent me, and it was 104 on that time. Fast forward to September 24th. Hey boo, it's becoming the end of September. My birthday is 4 weeks away. Please acknowledge this message if you're still able to come, so I can make a separate group chat to send the Airbnb and talk about pay date. She said that in the notes of the stuff that we were gonna do on a trip. And I'm actually gonna read that stuff. I don't know if I should. Y'all know there was actually like 7 people. I really think it was actually more, at least 10, but it was 7. I just counted that was supposed to go on a trip, and it ended up being 5 for September. This was everybody talking in the group chat, the first group chat, and that group chat ended all the way up into October. Let me see. This is the actual group chat, okay? Okay, so this is the September group chat that I read the message about what was all gonna go down in the trip plan and things. So the trip was supposed to be October 27th through the 31st. Today is Friday, October 31st. And you see I'm home, right? Okay. So everybody in the group chat just posting their pics and seeing who is who, because we don't know who numbers is who. So I only have 2 numbers saved, and that's my homegirls and one of the girls that I work with at my job with too. So I really knew most of the people on the trip, but everybody didn't come on the trip. They didn't end up coming. Most of the people I did know, and it was like kind of cool, I could say. But one of the girls that actually went on a trip with us, I work with her, but I don't really talk to her. I did do her hair a couple of times too, but still, it was never like no actual thing where we hung out, because I never hung out with her a day in my life. And I'm the hairstylist, and her sister was in a group chat saying she needed her hair done before we leave if I'm available. And I was saying that I could try to fit her in. It's 2 hairstylists in the group chat. It's her cousin and there's me. Now, she gets her hair done by me more, which recently I started doing here in December. In November 2024, it's going to be a year next month, which is tomorrow. So this got to be September 27th. She started sending Airbnbs. So we was looking at the Airbnbs and stuff. Okay, cool. And I said it was given that we need 7 beds. She said either way is enough. I don't know if one of my homegirls coming and her cousin not coming anymore. She had 2 of her cousins that was going to come on a trip. And then she had her sister come on a trip. And she was saying her sister was sleeping with her. And she said all the houses will work. She just got to figure out which one to go for. So she sent another one, and she said she thinks she want to do that one. So we sent our payments around the time that she said this. And this was like October 3rd, I'm thinking it gotta be. No, it's this September 30th where she sent the actual B&B. But it still wasn't the B&B on here at all. So I sent my payments to her through Apple Pay. And her messages, and our messages are separate, not the group chat. I didn't send my payments through the group chat. I sent all my payments through Apple Pay, okay? And every time I sent my payments, I sent extra money to be mindful of her having to transfer it over to her bank. And I was telling her in my text that make sure you let everybody know to send an extra $1 for the transfer. It is cheaper on Apple Pay, so tell them to try to send it on Apple Pay because it's cheaper than Cash App. All right. Yeah, that's just what type of person I am. So she ended up sending another B&B, I guess, and it was like lower. So she was saying that she was gonna refund me the 10th because one of two people wasn't coming anymore. They said that they wasn't saying too much, so if they don't pay, it will be the same price that I sent her. And I said, oh my God, no, don't send any back. Just put it towards whatever I have to pay later, okay? And I said, and did you buy any of your birthday trip stuff? I want to try to order all before the end of next week. Tonight is a must. And this is October 4th. And y'all, around this time, I'm literally planning for my birthday and the trip. But I'm not worried about the trip. I'm worried about my birthday right now because my birthday is first, okay? So she did also ask me, was I doing anything for my birthday? And around my birthday, I was already planning on doing my birthday solo because I wanted to do it solo because this is my first year alone. And it was October 1st where I actually made it to living in my apartment alone and living by myself alone. So I'm like, let me celebrate that in myself. Let me do it solo. Okay, cool. So she asked me that, was I doing anything? And I told her I was doing something solo. If you want to come to the brunch or dinner, let me know. I'm doing both on October 8th. She said, bet she's going to definitely let me know when her schedule come out. So I asked her Sunday, October 5th, I said, hey, boo, so I know we eating and going out, so how many times do you think we're going to change outfits each day? I'm so extra and my car overly full knowing I don't need 3 fits for one day. She said the 28th and the 29th is a 2 outfit change. At her birthday, we're going to do brunch and wear that to the ice cream museum, then change for dinner. And the 29th, I want to try to do a yacht day. But if not, brunch outfit and go out, so we might change again. And then I said, okay, glad I asked. And now fast forward to us buying flight tickets. She said everybody send their first and last names, and this was let me just tell y'all, October 24th. We all sent our flight names, and she told us it was $125 each at the airport. If you have a carry-on or big bag, it would be a fee. My job, she told us that we were going to buy the tickets. She said we was going to buy the tickets Friday, and this was October 18th. She told us that. And I had texted her that day I was at work, October, the 24th. That's when we were supposed to buy the tickets. And it was like late. It was really, really late, y'all. And I was like reminding her, making sure we was going to actually buy the tickets on time and stuff. So it was a whole process where she was saying that the prices was changing and they went up again, but I'm gonna look at other sources right quick. And then, I was getting so frustrated because it was like, bro, if you knew you were going on a trip and you had this plan since August and we're in October and you just last minute with shit. And it's like, it's kind of like, it's not thoughtful of other people because it's like, you are waiting the last minute to do shit and it's costing other people more money and you don't even know if people have more money. And when I saved up enough and extra too. So yeah. Okay, so this is too fucking long, so we're gonna go to a part 2, okay? And part 2 is gonna be the fully detail of the trip, about what actually went down on the trip and why I came back home. So yeah, watch for part 2. Yes, to say the cousin didn't like me and she doesn't know me. Yes. And
hey y'all, so I'm the cousin or the hairstylist or the cousin hairstylist cousin, whatever. Apparently there's a whole story time based on Sana's experience when she was on a trip with us, and I was the topic because apparently I did not like her, which I did not know, y'all. I did not know she didn't like me. I didn't know we had some type of beef before. I did not know, y'all. I know this girl on social media, but I never seen her out, or let alone have I even really had a conversation with the girl besides that one time when I was inquiring about purchasing some gems. But that's it. So we're gonna get into it. So I'm not even gonna beat around the bush and say stuff that don't matter. I'm just gonna get to the stuff that actually matters, because a lot of the stuff could have been left out. The day before we were supposed to go to the airport to leave for our trip and everything, she was doing my cousin's nails. I ended up calling my cousin while she was doing her nails, and I was like, what you doing? And she was like, getting her nails done, and then she ended up showing some. So I'm like, hey girl. She said, hey girl. So okay, boom, next. So next day, my cousin tell everybody that meet up at her house by 2. So, okay, cool. I'm getting there. I ended up getting there a little later because I had to do my own hair that day. So, I pulled up a little later than everybody, but it was still around like 2, whatever. So, and I pulled up before Sana. It was a little bit before she pulled up. Everybody's in the car, and then I'm helping put the bags in the car. Everybody else had suitcases. I was the only one that had like a big like bag type of thing. So, I had to carry it around. So, I put that, all the way in the bag. I put the other girls' like luggage beside mine, and then I was going to put hers on top because it was a small bag. So, I helped her put that in the car, no problem, cool, whatever. And that's weird, but you never, brought that up. That's what I'm about to say. Like, it's been a lot of, stuff that I did or that I did out of generosity, and none of that was even brought up. That's what I'm trying to figure out. How was I weird in the situation? I really feel like I was targeted because she didn't even acknowledge the stuff that I was doing. Out of just, I really thought that we were just, being cool. No, we pull off. And we on the road and we playing loud music. We played loud music the whole way there too, Charlotte. I mean, nobody really was saying nothing, but to me, the vibes really wasn't off. Like, everybody was on their phone in the car besides the driver. She driving and stuff. But yeah, everybody on the phone. Nobody's really talking. We just listening to music. I thought it was loud. I don't care. I don't care. So we end up getting to the airport. We checking in and stuff. And we end up getting there too, where we would check our bags in. And mind you, this is my first time flying. This is me and her first time flying. We talked about that. We were talking about how we never flew before. Like, this is all new. And we both were saying like, oh, we want a window seat and stuff like that. So I mean, like, we was talking, kicking it like normal people would. Okay, so. It was a little, hiccup where we were checking our bags because we didn't know we had to pay extra for our bags, let alone how much we had to pay. And it was a big, difference, a good chunk of our money to be spending that. We didn't really, we hadn't even done anything yet. She was already making this face. I'm not minding because it is like, y'all, when I tell y'all, you would think that people just think about certain shit that people have going on. Like, everybody is a little annoyed. Everybody didn't want to spend that much money on sending our luggage so we could, get on the plane. Nobody wanted to spend that money. So I'm not even really thinking like, oh, she pissed off. Like, okay, I didn't know. So I just peeped the vibes. Like, it definitely was giving like, everybody was like a little annoyed, so I'm just like, okay, cool. And she was definitely like standoffish on her phone and shit. I'm not minding it at all, y'all. Okay? All right, next. So after that, we end up, doing the next check-in, and we go over there to sit down so we can wait on our flight to be gone. All right, so we all charge our phone, but we get hungry, so we decided to go get something to eat. So we go pick up some. We walking around actually like for a little minute before we even found something. I was saying like, oh, it was like an H. It had an H on it. I thought it said B, like Burger King, but it said H, and it was did it say H? I don't remember. It was some place that said like burgers, so it's like $5. Probably definitely give $5. No, but so we ended up getting burgers and stuff, and she was going around asking people to warm up her chicken sandwich. She had brought up a chicken sandwich. She had brought a chicken sandwich from Chick-fil-A and brought it to the airport and was asking people if they could warm it up. Me being me, I'm thinking this shit funny as fuck because you going up to these people, these employees, and they can freaking warm your chicken sandwich up from a whole nother place. I found that so like funny as fuck. Like, I was kiki high at that shit. But she ended up finding something. I was like, oh, everybody's like, oh shit, they about to do it for you. Okay, cool. So we get our food. We ended up going into sitting at a little bar. This man said we could sit at a bar, so we all sat at this. It was like a restaurant type of bar, and they had chairs. So we sat down at the bar. She was gonna sit at a completely different table that we hadn't even sat at. I had sat in first, and then the other girls they sat on the other side. And somebody said, "Oh, you're not gonna sit over here with us?" And she was like, "I didn't think it was no room." So I ain't saying shit. I don't give a damn what nobody else do. I don't care what. I sat down first, so I don't care where everybody else sit down. I just picked the closest table that was to the front. So she ended up sitting beside me. So we just talking, we eating our food, and so in my opinion, I thought the vibe was cool. We was all talking. Somebody ended up asking me about my hair. I was talking about my hair. Then somebody said something about my nails. They was like, oh, I like your nails, or I like your nails. I told her I like her nails, and she was like, oh, they press-ons and stuff. And I was like, oh shit, that didn't look like press-ons. Like, they thick and all, like, they look good and shit. So I'm like, okay, cool. We still cool, all right? So next, so we not leave from over there. I think they ended up saying that our flight was gonna be delayed. So we all was looking around like, what the fuck? No way. Like, we all kind of like, ain't no way this what it's about to be today. So we just kind of like walking around in the area because after that, I'm just gonna skip past the part where we end up waiting for our flight and stuff. We had to go pick up our bags from the bag check because we didn't know what we was gonna do for the night, but all we knew was we had to go get our bags. So we ended up getting our bags and stuff. And once we got our bags, we sat down where it was chairs at, around that area. So she ended up sitting beside me, and I think my cousin and sister sat beside me. So I was kind of in the middle of both of them. And I'm looking stuff up. I'm on the phone with my mom telling her and everything. And she know more than me. Like, she done flew before. She know more about like the rules and stuff when stuff happens in the airport and what happens when people's flights get canceled. So she's telling me like, oh, we can get a hotel and get compensated for it from the airport and stuff. So she ended up showing me the same thing that I seen already on my phone. But it was like something slightly different. So I still read it. I'm like, oh yeah, girl, we need to get compensated. Or we need to see if we can, get a hotel or something. So she's like, right, we need to do that. So okay, I see somebody and I was like, hey, can you come over here and help us? Or do you have like a higher up person that we could talk to? And so he was just like, he's off and he can find somebody else. Doesn't matter. All right, so boom. They end up telling us they don't compensate people for hotels unless it's for like technical or mechanical like reasoning, and it was only weather, so they don't cover that type of stuff. So we was like, okay, well, we're not gonna sleep in the airport, we're not gonna sleep in the car. It's too many of us to be trying to do that, and our flight don't leave until 2 or 3 the next day. So stay tuned for part 2. Okay, part 2 of this stuff. I'm really about to make this the last one because this is crazy. I just want to say, if anybody is really sitting up here and believing all of this, you actually need help. If there was any like assumptions or just like any miscommunication, it could have been handled like grown adults would. If anybody seen her drawers, that was kind of on you to have your drawers laid out with other adults around that you didn't trust. So obviously you knew, and then you saying like you should have left like a video or a phone to record. Like, why didn't you do that? So you clearly had felt some type of way before it had even like got to this point. That's why I'm trying to put the pieces together where you really started to feel. But all of this clearly is about you felt like we seen your drawers. Nobody's seen your drawers. Every homegirl was checking on you, making sure that you was good, and you clearly said you was good every single time she asked. And so I'm trying to figure out, why did you take it here to social media? I was wanting to talk. That's why everybody is blowing up these comments and going back and forth on it, because it's just a lot to take in from people who did not even know it was beef or it was some type of issue. Like, I'm really like caught off guard by this, and I don't even sit on here and get on this app and do this. Like, this is her type of stuff, and I feel like that's why she got up on here, because she knew it would pop like this. But yeah, let me get back to story time, because this is not it. So we ended up walking back to the front area and down there, and I was holding my bag. Like, that bag was so heavy. It was like 30 something pounds, and it was literally like long too. So I don't know how that big thing ended up being 30 pounds. That's crazy to me. But we both trying to find like one of the little carts that you push around. And I ended up finding one, so I put my bag on there, and she put her bag on there. She like, can she push the cart? I'm like, yeah, go ahead. I don't care, like, push the cart. What, is there competition there? Let me know. Cause alright, so she ended up pushing the cart. I'm not really caring about that. Push it, I don't care. So everybody ended up coming to the conclusion that we was gonna get a hotel. It was gonna be $33 per person, including like the deposit that they do. So we would all get back $20. So that's really only like $12, $13 spent on just getting a hotel. And you'll get back the whole other 20. So yeah, so I guess she has kind of felt some type of way about us getting a hotel anyway, because in the video that she posted, she was already telling her mama like, we about to get a hotel, and like this kind of wrap from there. But when we end up going to the car, we put our bags in, we start driving around, and I'm like telling him I need to put something on my card so that I could send them the cash or the cash app and stuff like that. But or like the bank that I have, they don't open that late, or no bank is open past 5. I never put like any cash on my card and stuff unless it was like through the bank. So I was like, she was telling me like, oh, you can do it on Cash App and just add the money on there, but you would have to find like a store that actually does it. So I'm like, oh, well, you can just show me how to do it, because I never done that before. We ended up finding a place to go to. I think it was like Walgreens, and she did hers first, and then I was like, okay, girl, you got to show me. She ended up showing me, and I'm like, all right, bet, tell me something new. I didn't even know I could do that shit. And she was like, oh, I could tell you I never did it, because it's literally you had to start clicking stuff to even get to that point. So yeah, I'm like, okay, so shit, thank you. So we left, went to the hotel, and we get our, key and everything. And I think when we first went up there, the key wasn't working, so we had to end up getting, I don't know, y'all, next. Everybody kind of like tired. The man took so damn long to get us in the room. It's just like, all right, bro, girl birthday about to be in a few minutes. Like, what we gonna do? So yeah, we like all like, hey, happy birthday and stuff. She like, man, I guess I just go out. So we like, okay, bet, we going out tonight. We end up going to a strip club and whatever. And so yeah, so we all getting ready, and this is where I guess things started to act weird, which came out of her mouth, mind you. I think my cousin took a shower first, and then it was only like 2 other towels for people to take a shower. So we was like, oh, we can go to the lobby and get more towels and stuff. I'm like, I'll go get some, and you can come with me and stuff like that. So I'm getting my stuff together. I'm putting on my jacket, I'm putting on my shoes and everything. She's still daddling around on the bed and other stuff, whatever she was doing. I'm like, all right, shit, ready to go? Like, what we doing? So, shoot, I go to the door. I look back when I open the door. She's steady looking at me like, see me about to leave. Okay, so once I left out the door, I really thought that she wasn't coming with me, because she was still there and she didn't say anything. So I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'm going by myself. So when I leave out of there, mind you, it's like 30, 40 something degrees, raining and windy outside. I'm not trying to be out there no second longer than what I already got to be. So, and mind you, we was at a little motel or whatever, and you know how they got two stories, but the lobby and where they put us at was around the building. So I had to run. I literally, mind you, when she said I was running, this is why I was running, because it was cold, windy, and raining outside. Okay, so yeah, I'm running. I'm trying to get there to the lobby so I can get back, hurry up and get back. Okay, so she ended up getting there like a minute later, and once she got in there, I was already talking to the man or whatever, but he really wasn't understanding what I'm saying. So we basically was together, was just like towels, like body wash, okay, and he ended up giving it to us. So he ended up giving us the like real long like hair towels or hand towels and stuff, and then like the body towels. So I'm like, oh, these are the wrong ones. And I was gonna give it back to him, but she was just like, oh no, we could just keep them for extra. And I was like, oh yeah, you're right. I ended up telling him like, these are the wrong ones. We need to get some new, like the body ones and stuff. So he ended up giving me those, and we left back out of there, go back to the room, and now we getting ready. I think I ended up getting in the shower, because I really don't like when people do that shit, like, oh, or do you want to get in there, but you really want to get in there. Get the fuck in the shower if you want to get in the shower, bro. Why are you sitting here going back and forth? Like, if we already we both was gonna get in the shower, it don't matter. Somebody go, because everybody got to wash their ass. Shit. So I took my shower, and I'm like, girl, it's still cold as fuck. You're gonna have to wash fast. I don't even think I could put my whole body in there. I was like, in and out. Anywho, we all getting dressed and stuff, and I just, my hair was already kind of done, because I did my hair that day, so it was wet that whole day, because it was raining, it kept getting wet, so I didn't have to do my hair. I did my eyebrows and put on a little blush and lip gloss, and yeah, that was it for me. So after that, I wasn't really paying attention to whatever else anybody else had going on. All I was doing was doing what I had to do and waiting for everybody else to get dressed. And so this is the part that had me confused. Shawty said when she went in the bathroom and she came back out, everybody was sitting on the bed. She was in the bathroom with a different girl. And the girl that she so-called claimed was having an attitude, or was everybody who was everybody if half the people was even not even in the room? And on top of that, we was all on our phone, y'all. We was all on our phone. We had probably been on our phone more than even talking the whole night anyway. We was all on the opposite bed where her stuff was even was. Her stuff was all the way on the other side, and nobody was touching your panties, baby. Nobody would even. I wouldn't even touch a draw from somebody else, not let alone a dirty one at that. Like, that's nasty. We're too grown to be even touching people's drawers, posting them. That's childish, and I ain't even about that. This is really already too much for me. But I'm doing this because y'all sitting up on here on this internet dragging, the situation on when nobody even knows what happened to people that's on her platform, and clearly it's a bunch of kids. Let's clear that, okay? So we end up getting to the club, and the first thing we do is we walk to the bathroom. We're trying to find the bathroom and stuff. So once we get to the bathroom, and I'm trying to insert a few clips and stuff, like trying to get y'all to see better representation, just so y'all can understand more of the story, okay? To the bathroom, I'm taking pictures in the mirror. I think old girl Sana, she want to take pictures over in the back area by the stalls and stuff, and I didn't really want to take pictures that night because I didn't like my outfit. I'm waiting for them to hurry up and get out the bathroom so that we can so after we got done taking pictures, we went back into the club and we sat down. We in there for a little minute though, and everybody I thought so was looking at the strippers and stuff and just having a chill time. But it was me and my cousin ended up getting a drink. It was like a champagne because they don't serve alcohol, like hard alcohol, after a certain point of the night. We left and went back to the hotel. At this point, we get back to our hotel, and our key is not working again. Once again, had to call get the man to come up and fix it. It didn't end up working, but he told us he would switch us to a different room. So he ended up switching us to a different room, which had 2 beds, because the first room only had 1 bed. So it was gonna be cool because it was a lot of us for real, and I really was trying to figure it out in my head how we was gonna sleep comfortably. He ended up switching us to a double bedroom. It was my cousin and her sister, and it was me, Sana, and the other girl that was sleeping on that bed. And we all just like really getting ready for bed and doing our thing. And mind you, my cousin and her sister are already in the bed. So I came out the bathroom from doing whatever I was doing. I sat on the bed, and I was sitting on the bed for a little minute, and then I got cold. I just put my jacket over me at first, but then I was like, my little feet cold. I ended up getting up and putting because you know how they pull the sheets, they don't all the way be tucked, but it kind of be pulled up just enough for if you want to just slide in a little bit, you could. So that's what I did. I just pulled it back just enough that it could just go on my feet. As soon as I literally get up and she see me doing that, she jumps up and gets under the bed too, and was just like, oh, I was scared at first. I didn't want to get up under the bed. Okay, I mean, understandable. Whatever. I go to sleep. She sleep beside me, and the other girl sleep into the bed. So I wake up the next morning. I look at the timer. It's already like 10 something. That was the time we even had to be back at the airport, and the time at checkout. I get up, and literally she get up immediately after I did. Like, soon as I lift my body up out the bed, she got up and shot up out the bed. So I'm really not thinking anything of it because I'm just like, okay, well, it'll like ticking on time. I go downstairs and I get my stuff out the car. I was gonna wear it to the airport. And when I come back up, I guess she was leaving out the room. I really can't even remember because I wasn't even focused on the girl at all. They just like, oh, Sana leaving, she don't want to be here and everything. I was like, what happened? So like, what's going on? Where's she going? And basically what happened was my cousin's sister asked her, how you sleep? Slept good though. I'm about to leave. I'm just not feeling it. Whatever she said. Basically along them lines. She really couldn't give no real explanation besides she wasn't trying to fake the vibes or fake kicking and stuff. And really confused because I'm like, we all was really chilling doing the same thing. Nobody was acting weird. I'm trying to figure out at what point did she feel like anybody was acting weird. I really lost the words at this whole like thought process of this whole situation. She left and we all just like, okay, well, this is her friend's birthday. You literally left your friend on your friend's birthday. No type of like real explanation, like dry energy, all of that. And it was almost given already had this plan or you had already felt something from the jump. There's no way you just got up out the bed and felt like, oh yeah, this is my time, I need to go. So you gonna get up and go and just leave your friend on her birthday? The audacity of you. Like, we ended up leaving, and quite frankly, we wasn't really talking about it as much, but trying to check on my cousin because like it's her birthday. Like, your friend just left you. Like, are you okay? And you could tell something was really wrong because it was like she was not talking as much. She kind of was like a little like irritated because like, okay, I understand. Like, I would be pissed off too if my friend left me, and it's supposed to be my friend, like one of the 2 friends I even brought on the trip. Like, you gonna do that to me?
Child, we're not even about to continue this stuff. That was moral of the story. I got church in the morning. I got to cleanse my energy and get this off of me because I cannot do this anymore. But y'all be safe. Y'all have a blessed one.